everybody? Karate Kid Fanatics back here again. We have another very special guest from Cobra Kai Season 4, Rebecca Lyons, Tory's aunt from episode number 6. So.
Well, to see you, of course. And to ask if my sister's disability came in yet.
What, need funding for another scam? That money's for us.
Come on now. My sister always promised to take care of me. She taught you better.
Yeah, she taught me to recognize a low-class leech.
Mind your manners. When your mom kicks the...
But, yeah. So how'd you initially get into the acting industry?
Oh, wow. I got into film and television, kind of, if we're going to go there, over the last maybe 10 years, I guess. Maybe not quite that much, but I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and about the time when I decided I wanted to pursue film and television is about the time that things started to really explode in the Southeast. And now it's kind of referred to as Hollywood South. And there's just so much film and television production happening in the South. That's really incredible. So I did theater as a kid, musical theater. That was my thing. And I loved all of that. I loved being on stage, but as an adult, I kind of focused more on the little screen or the big screen. And I started taking classes and working with coaches and just reading every book I could find on acting and film and television work and going to workshops, like just really absorbing as much as I could of everything, and then got an agent.
You got the audition for Cobra Kai. Did you get dummy sides or did it have Tory's name in there?
It had
if you
Tory's
can remember.
Yeah, it had Tory's name. So I think I auditioned, it was probably about a year ago. I think it was January 2021. And we shot in March. And what I learned from my agent was that finding Aunt Kandace wasn't as easy as they thought it was going to be. And so they went through a few rounds of auditions before, I think this was like the third round of the auditioning process for the character that my agent told me I had this audition. And so I read the sides and to be honest with you, I hadn't watched the show yet. So I wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know. And I knew about Karate Kid. I love the Karate Kid film.
Oh yeah.
That I knew about. And so I watched an episode to prep for the audition, and I got a feel of, what Cobra Kai was about. So, so the next day I was put on tape, and I basically rolled out of bed. I didn't brush my hair. I put no makeup on. I just threw on the most ridiculous beaten up.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, hey, I met Kandace, this is me. And in the audition, she's smoking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm smoking at the beginning of the scene, and I throw it down. Then I have a conversation with Tory. Yeah. And then one of the fun parts as well was, and in the audition, I had to act a struggle between Tory and Kandace, right? Because I grab her and pull her around. Well, in the original audition, she pulls me in. She pulls me to her face. Because when I say, when I tell her, she has a temper like her father, she gets.
Yeah.
So on set, they decided not to do that. They also didn't have me smoke. And then my other scene partner, who is the famous character Homeless Lynn,
Susan,
yeah. So she's in the scene, and she and I had an interaction that sadly didn't make the cut, but it was fun. It was really fun between the two of us. She tries to defend her turf, which we all know now that I've binge watched all the show or the whole series, that she protects that turf outside Cobra Kai, right? That's place. That's almost his place. Yeah. So she's questioning what I'm doing there, and I have a great retort that I'm not sure I can say, but it was a fun
Yeah.
interaction between the two of us. I'm sorry it didn't make the cut.
Yeah, that was disappointing because we didn't really get to see anything from her this other than just sitting there. So,
Yeah.
the other season she got funny bits with Johnny,
Yeah.
but
Um,
yeah. So, what was it like working with Peyton List?
oh, it's horrible. She's horrible.
Jerk.
Horrible, horrible young woman. No, she's so incredibly sweet. I mean, super, super sweet. And we just had a really good time on set, you know, because there was time in between setups and
Yeah.
super down to earth. She is beautiful in person, you know. And I was so impressed with her and getting a feel for what it's like to be, you know, on this show as one of these teens, because they work really, really hard.
Right.
They train all the time. And so she was telling me that, you know, how her day goes. And besides being on set and doing the scenes, then if she's not there, she's in the gym, you know, and she's working with the stunt and the karate professionals. And yeah, it's a big job. It really is. I was really impressed with her.
Yeah, so for your scene, was it shot on a soundstage or was it at the actual exterior location?
Exterior of the Cobra Kai. Yeah.
Cool.
We
cool.
The interior was kind of hair and makeup area and for the day, and we just sat in there just to be out of the way, but we shot everything outside, and lucky it was a gorgeous day in Atlanta. And
Absolutely.
yeah, it was perfect.
So when it comes to you as a fan of the show, are you team Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, or Eagle Fang?
Personally, Rebecca or Kandace?
Well, not both.
Well, who do you think Kandace would go for?
Probably. I mean, I want to say Cobra Kai, but she don't like Tory very much. I'm not sure.
Oh, ooh, yeah. I mean, she could go Eagle Fang because she'd probably have a big crush on Johnny. That would not surprise me. But
I could see her.
but what I think she would probably end up with is somebody like Kreese or Silver.
Yeah.
You know? So I think she's a Cobra Kai heart, but yeah, you're probably right. Rebecca, I think I'd be more Miyagi-Do because I like all of the kind of peaceful meditation, kind of Zen thing that they have going on.
Sure.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
It's between Cobra Kai and Eagle Fang. You know, every episode it changes. You know, it's always. I could see Homeless Lynn and you chopping it up over Johnny though.
Yeah, I think so. I love.
Yeah.
I do have to say that being a part of Cobra Kai now that I am has been such a fun experience because I had no idea the fan base and how everybody is so interactive with each other. And it's really, really fun people. And I love how they're hating Aunt Kandace. And every time I see that, I say, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, that means you're doing your job.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Nothing like being hated.
Absolutely. Well, you're in the. I mean, it's pretty crazy. You're in the Karate Kid and the Marvel universe.
Yeah, how about that? I don't even know how that happened. Yeah, it was pretty cool to work with Sebastian Stan for sure, and be on that show. That was, yeah. I guess I can't complain right now. Work is pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, what was it like to have a recurring role on Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Well, it was, you know, I think what's so funny is, so I know of Marvel and I'm not like, I haven't read all the comic books over the years and all of that, but I've certainly seen my share of films. And so I was excited to be working with Sebastian Stan, but I think the person who had the most excitement was my daughter, when she found out that I was working. I was driving down to Atlanta to go film.
Yeah.
And she said, "So who are you working with, Mom?" And I said, "Sebastian Stan." And she screamed so loud, I pulled the phone away. She was like, "Are you kidding me?" So of course I had to come on set that my daughter was like maybe one of his biggest fans. And he was really sweet about it. And he told me after we were done filming, he said, "Please tell your daughter I said hello." He was just a really nice, down-to-earth guy, honestly. It was a lot of fun working with him. And of course, like just being on that set was a really cool set, like well done and just fun. So much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that film pre-COVID?
Yes, it was, because it came out spring of 21, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Track. I think we did shoot. Yes, we shot my stuff before shutdown, because then they were in Europe filming more. I think it was like in February, and they had to shut down or something. They at some point they had to shut down and then pick it back up.
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting filming with COVID restrictions, and it's a whole new world for sure.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself like directing or writing your own stuff?
I have written a show. A friend of mine and I tried doing something like that. We wrote this little comedy series, and we wrote it, produced it, did not direct it. I think it would be really cool to direct, especially like an episode of a series, but I'm not ready for that yet. I really need to know more about the inner workings of everything else. Like, I feel like I have an idea of producing and of course acting and what goes into that. But as far as like all the other ins and outs, like really knowing lighting, really knowing camera, editing, all of that, I think is really critical to being a good director. And, I don't know, I'm in awe of directors. It's a big deal. It's a big job.
Yeah. So for you as an actor, how do you prepare yourself for your like scenes, especially like you're one in Cobra Kai, having to, act like a complete opposite person of what you, truly are?
Yeah. Well, thank you for acknowledging that I am opposite of Kandace. Gosh. Well, preparing for the character means really, really opening myself up to the written word, the writing, first and foremost, and then really taking a look at how not only what things that I say, but what the other characters are going to say about me and how we're going to interact. And that tells me a lot about who this person is. And knowing that she was there to take money from her sister, who is bedridden, tells me a lot about this woman. And
absolutely.
So I just had to go to those I had to use my imagination and go to what in the world, what kind of woman, where would she be in life that she would do that, knowing that her sister has 2 children that she's taken care of as well. What kind of a woman would want to take some of that money? And, I had to justify everything she did, everything she said, and you saw, she really comes back at Tory when she says, "You're just like your father." And, that's a real zinger, that's tough.
Oh,
That's who she is. She doesn't care. She's going to do what it takes. She's going to try and play it nice. She's going to say, "Oh yeah, I was at your brother's birthday party," and she can't even use the right name for him. She's just, so I really,
or the right age.
Yeah. Or the right age. I had so much fun playing her. Just gave me permission to play somebody who I'm not, because I am a mother and I am responsible, and I don't take anybody else's money. Or like hair and makeup, they wanted her to look like she had been out at a club all night and slept in her makeup and literally rolled out of bed and came to find Tory because Tory's not responding to her phone call. So that was the attempt. In fact, they had made me look, so hair and makeup, I love them. I love those ladies in both of those areas. And so they had done my hair and they made this like bump and they put this makeup on me.
Yeah.
And I got to set, and John and Hayden, they were, the creators, two of the creators of the show, were all directing that day. And they looked at me and I just stood there and they just looked at me up and down and they just went like, they were going like this. And then they were kind of looking at each other. And I was like, inside my head, I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
And so I finally just said, so what do you think? And I was like, I'm supposed to be coming from a club. And they said, we think it's too much. We think you look too good. So they said, didn't you look really rough in your audition? I said, oh yeah, I looked really rough in my audition, 100%.
Yeah.
And they said, that's what we want. So I had to go with hair and makeup and they had to just wipe makeup off my face and it just kind of like left black circles. And so that helped also for me to get into my character. Like, she's a mess inside. She should be a mess on the outside too. Why not?
Right.
So all of that, so the prep work, learning my lines, like developing the backstory for my character, slipping into wardrobe, getting the hair and makeup done, all of that helps me to really fully form whoever I'm bringing to a set. That was a long answer.
Into that world, yeah. That was a great answer, though.
Thank you. Thanks
But what was it like to get to work, with the three creators? I don't know if you got to work with all three creators, but John, Josh, and Hayden was there.
Hayden and John is who I got to work with. And
okay.
Yeah, it was really great. I mean, how lucky, right? Like, and they
absolutely
they had so much fun. I mean, these guys really challenged me as an actor, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. So they would change a line here, change a line there. They would have me do it this way and then do it that way. And I mean, we just ran it so many different ways. So they had a lot of options to choose from when they went into the editing room, like really kind of probably finalizing for sure how they wanted Kandace and Tory to, how they wanted that to really work out. So there were lots of different takes of me being even harder on Peyton, me, and then certainly with Susan. I mean, we had lots of takes there where that kind of got scary at times, but but it was fun. Yeah, it was really. I really wish they would have kept that in there, just so it was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, hoping it'll get it or something. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, maybe some kind of director's cut. I don't know if they do that.
Yeah, they usually do a DVD for every season and put like 4 to 5 deleted scenes on there. So hopefully that'll come to fruition at some point.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know they did that. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. The ending was just crazy, though.
It was crazy. Yeah.
For sure.
I thought the prom scene or the pool scene was really awesome. That was fun.
Oh, yeah. I'll just start. Dude, I can't imagine, like, how cold it was jumping in that water with it being Atlanta that time of the year.
Yeah, I bet it was. I bet it was pretty cold. They're champions though. Maybe it's all that training that makes them so tough now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, what is a dream role you may have that you'd like to have at some point? Like just a type of role or a type of movie or TV show or something like that?
That's a really good question. So I tend to go to characters that are kind of, I don't know what it is, that kind of down and out kind of people. people who are
Yeah,
complex,
yeah.
who are trying really hard to just make it through the day or make things better for people they love, but maybe they just keep running into obstacles along the way. I think that I would love to really fully explore a character on a series and really have that chance to sink in my teeth into someone and allow her to grow, this character to grow and grow. And I think I'm not really sure exactly who it would be, if she would be tough and intellectually capable, like maybe some kind of a lawyer or a judge or something like that, or she's something
Right.
else. Maybe she's, anything, a factory worker. I don't know what it is, but I really love a complex character that, like I think Tory, her character is so beautifully complex.
Oh
She's
yeah, absolutely.
she's not, what you see is not what you get. There's so many layers to that character, and that's a really fun character, an interesting and fulfilling character to play.
Yeah. So final question today. What is your next goal you'd like to achieve, in the next few years?
Good one. I would like to oh yeah, that's a good question. For sure, I'd love to be a part of a television show where in the next few years we're already like maybe season 4 and we've developed
Yeah.
this family now, kind of what you see with Cobra Kai. Like everybody works
Right.
well together, everybody knows everybody between cast and crew. It's one big family of talent and support, and everybody bringing beautiful talent to the table, no matter what it is, no matter who they are, no matter what level they are on set or offset. I really, really want to be a part of something like that. That's kind of a goal, but I love also doing film.
Absolutely.
I think film is incredible and magical, and I don't know. I'll take it all. I mean, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to thank you for coming on today. It was great to be able to speak with you.
Levi, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And
Of course.
it's great to be a part of all of this.
Fingers crossed. I know you can't, confirm or deny, but hopefully we'll see you back in Cobra Kai season 5.
I hope so.